Hi everyone. For this assessment, we're going to be talking about the administration of a test that is a verbal response-based test. So for this test, the expectation is that students will be able to verbalize their response clearly enough that we will be able to get an accurate answer. So to start the test, we are going to put in the student name. We'll follow that by selecting the student classroom and the best method of responding. So in this case, it'll be a vocalization. So when administering these tests, it's important to pay attention to the blue box on top that gives specific directions. So for the purposes of this test, answers may not be presented verbally. And the answers for this test are anything appearing in the white box. So we're going to have a teacher begin the assessment.
What is this word?
And the administrator or the person helping the student participate in this test will type in their response. Verbal approximations of a word count as long as we know that those are accurate for the student's language. So in this situation, if a student sees the word Ben but calls it bean, and we know every time they see this word, they say bean, and it's consistent in their response, we can accept that answer even though it's not 100% accurate, because that is a verbal approximation of this word. So we're going to see what happens when the student assesses.
What is this word?
Bean.
So you'll type in the student's response. However, you need to make sure that you're putting in the word that was written, not their verbal approximation. So in the case of the Ben, we would still write that even though the student clearly said bean, we are putting in the word that is consistent with their intention, not anything that may be skewed by verbal ability here. So for the next question, we'll do the same thing.
What is this word?
Bay.
Now, normally when a student would say the word bay, we would assume that they're talking about a body of water. But in this case, because we know the student so well, we know that that is their version of the word by. So we can accept that answer. And you'll see that we still type in the word that was on the screen because we know that is the word they were reading. For this assessment, we'll show you how to use a gestural prompt.
What is this word?
Down.
So in this case, the teacher pointed to the image. The important thing for this assessment is that we do not read anything appearing in the white boxes. So in the event of this assessment that a student gives the wrong answer, this is an example of how we should proceed.
What is this word?
Do.
So because we know do is not an approximation of the word go, specifically for this student, we would type in the response do and simply move on to the next question.
What is this word?
He.
Once finished with the assessment, at the bottom of the screen, you'll note an area that says notes or concerns. Fill this area out with any information that you feel is important for people to know about the student taking the assessment. For example, if a student needs to take a break during the assessment, you can put that in there. Or if the student produces a word pronunciation that is new or closer than their typical approximation, you can include that information as well. Once finished, you'll click the submit button and a confirmation screen will appear. You can select to have an option sent to you for your records and for the teacher records in the event that you're a parent administering. We hope that this helped you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.